Yeah, let's go.
Are you going to Lisa's hurricane party?
Ugh, when's it starting?
The hurricane is at 9, the party's at 10.
Is her dad gonna be there?
Ugh, no, it's at her mom's, behind Mugs and Jugs.
Okay, Peter, you can pick out one outfit. Just keep it under $20, please.
If it's 10, can we get pizza after?
Yeah, okay.
Her dad left town last night, and he brought a camcorder with him on the plane.
That's so weird. My dad bought me a camcorder last year. He'll throw money at anything. Why would I want a camera on me all the time?
Do you have a tampon on you?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Have a good poop. School shopping?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Whoa. Looking spiffy, young man.
Groovy, right?
Yeah, and that's on sale for $9.99.
$9.99? What is it made out of? Hey.
I can check.
You can't wear that to school. Please tell him he can't wear that to school.
Really?
Well, you see, this outfit is for someone who performs on stage.
So, what should I wear?
My advice is either wear something else or become a comedian.
Buddy.
Become a comedian. Become a comedian.
Greg, say something so you can get a SAG voucher.
Pay me.
There you go. All right, how's it going? My name's Peter. While we're clapping it up, please clap it up for the fantastic box office staff and the bar staff, giving you everything you need. Working hard. And if you need to go to the restroom, just raise your hand. I'll call on you one at a time. Also, thanks for standing. Some comedians like a standing ovation at the end of their set. I want it the whole time. So you wonder, you're like, why do this? Why film a special? Why do, have this night? Why put this on tape when the world's about to end and, there's more comedians than ever before? And the answer is, how do you describe to somebody what it is to have a passion, to pursue that passion, to take it as far as you possibly can, believe in yourself, and do what you think is right, and do what you believe in, and be yourself, and do what makes you feel weightless. And if you're an artist, you know that feeling, right? But if you're, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Dad. But if you don't know what that feeling's like, if you don't identify with that, it kind of feels like when you give somebody a compliment and they take it well, and then you both feel good. You know, like front row here. You have a really nice shirt. I like your hair. Sir, you have great tits. Don't we all feel better now? Yeah. And I gotta be honest, it's not easy being a Peter Murphy supporter. Some people think of me like the Grateful Dead. They're like, do they really have that many fans? And then you go to a show, you're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. But then you're like, is this a joke? Is this real? Is it a song? What's happening? You know what I mean? What's real? And then you're like, it was a little long. I liked it. It was a little long. But we're gonna have a fun time tonight. So I wanna start off on a high note. I wanna start off positively. Does anybody have any requests?
Shaq!
What?
Shaq!
Okay. Is he here too? Okay. No, okay, yeah. You were there that night. All right, great. So I'll do the Shaq thing. Some of these stories I'm gonna have to change the names just for people's sake, but there's only one Shaq. So, you know, that's it. Shaq and I have a bond. I have dated 4 women who have had sex with Shaq. Maybe more. I haven't checked up on a few women in a while. But yeah, I've dated 4 women who have had sex with Shaq, and that's just what it is to be from Florida, you know? Shaq runs Florida, drafted by Orlando, won a championship with Miami, spread his seed up the Gulf Coast. 2 things are polluting the Gulf Coast: BP's oil and Shaq's sperm. Like, Shaq, it's hard to compete with Shaq. Hard to be a Shaq rebound, right? Because he's a nice guy, and during the holidays, he goes to, stores and he buys $60,000 worth of toys for kids so that they can have a good holiday season. He goes to jewelry stores and buys engagement rings for guys so that they can propose to their girlfriend, whether they want to or not. I don't know if you've been anywhere with Shaq, but if you're at a party with Shaq, he's the DJ. If you're at a jewelry store with Shaq, he's coupling you up. You're getting married. One woman said to me, Shaq paid for her and her kids to take a limo up to Disney World. And then he paid for the admission, too. He wasn't like, you get this one, I'll get the next one. You know? She goes, the last man I dated was Shaq. I hope that doesn't change things for you. I said, the last man you dated was Shaq. That's going to change some things for you. I don't have 60,000 of anything, let alone dollars. I'm waiting for my grandma to die so I can have that engagement ring. And we're talking Disney World on the first date. The world. Disney World. The world. Not land. World. Shaq's got Disney World money. I've got like Toad's Wild Ride money. Anyhow, let's start at the beginning. My name's Peter Murphy. Unless you're looking for someone a little more diverse, then you can call me Peter Rivera Murphy. Yeah. Yeah, my dad's Puerto Rican. Was, I don't know, have you seen him? Is he back there with Shaq? They took off, they're like, we heard everything we needed to hear. Yeah, if you need someone brown for your friend group, Peter Rivera Murphy. You need some diversity for your student short film, Peter Rivera Murphy. You need a ringer for your son's Little League team, I'll shave, call me Papo Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm half Puerto Rican, half Irish. Yeah. I'm what they were trying to prevent in West Side Story. They're like, keep these 2 kids apart or else they're gonna have a child that ends up looking like someone left Jimmy Fallon out in the sun for too long. Oh, dude, so good. Oh, so good. It's great. It's the best. Oh, we're having fun, right? Yeah. I'm Irish and Puerto Rican, but famously I only identify with my third ethnicity, which is Floridian. Yeah. Yeah. Is there some people from Florida here? Oh, man, I thought they were checking IDs at the door. Where in Florida are you from in the back? Where in Florida? Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Oh, dude. A lot of bridges there. Love Jacksonville. Go Jags. Yeah, I'm from Florida, which means I graduated high school, but I only have a third grade education. Exactly. Also, the first time I was on TV was Cops. Season 15, episode 4, look it up. I was a background actor. Also, being from Florida, I eat all food with my hands. Wings, ribs, whitefish salad, spaghetti, honey. I'm like Winnie the Pooh. I'm all paws, no pants. Which is how I appear on Cops, season 15, episode 4. Look it up. Also being from Florida, I was 100% nursed on a pierced nipple. Thanks, Mom. Some people like 2% milk, whole milk. Just strain that thing through some stainless steel. That is my taste. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for showing up, Mom. She would sit me down sometimes and just like spray me with breast milk, just like someone was like using a hose in the garden, just hose me down. Florida's a weird place, man. Crazy place. You see the news all the time. Weird, crazy, bizarre. There's a big magic mouse castle in the middle of the state. Scarface City at the bottom of the state, and always a hurricane running through the state, you know? And it's hard to get advice in a place like that. It's hard growing up in a place like that and getting advice. Because when everything's random, nothing's random, right? How could you get advice in a place like that? You know? Like, and as a kid, you look to adults and different people that are in your world. You look to your coaches, your teachers, your parents, your neighbors, all that stuff, you know? Like, if a hurricane's coming, the best advice is go to a hurricane party. That's where you find the friend with the sturdiest house, and you try and black out from alcohol before that house gets blacked out from the hurricane. I had a teacher say to me once, Peter, I think you would make a great dad. First off, this was on career day. She said, Peter, I think you would make a great dad. I said, Miss Sandberg, this relationship is not serious. Ms. Guth just told me she's going on birth control, so I was hooking up with 2 teachers. I was 18, they were 32. It's not as sexy and illegal as you might think. Which, by the way, that's like the Florida state flag. A student having sex with 2 teachers while an alligator smokes a cigar on a golf cart. Which, by the way, is technically called a Gainesville gangbang. That's right. Not to be confused with the Tallahassee threesome. That's where you're having sex in a pond and some Native Americans are just watching you. It's their land. Let them watch you! Damn it. Hard to get advice in Florida. One time, ran into my neighbor. She's a short little lady that looked like Adam Sandler in drag. You know? Ooh, hello, hey. And I was out getting the mail for my family, and I look over, and she's outside feeding her cats. Red flag. Didn't think of it at the time. I just thought, oh, hey, how's it going? And she goes, ah! I go, how many cats do you have? She goes, 6 inside, 5 outside. I was better off not knowing. I was better off. Because, yeah, then crazy people, you don't always want to talk to them, but they always want to talk to you. And this short little lady, she's like most shorter people, where she doesn't respect the personal bubble. So she like kind of came in like into my chest. She like walked over, and she was like, you know, the Earth is flat. I go, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Because in Florida, we only believe what we can see. There's no mountains, no hills. The Earth is flat. Wi-Fi's magic. COVID never existed. So I had to say something crazy to get her away from me. So, I was just like, I'm like Alf, I eat cats! I was like, scurried away. One time, hard to get advice in Florida, and you never know where it's gonna come from. I had a coach playing soccer growing up in high school, and he would try and pump us up before a game. He'd be like, all right, we're going out there, we're playing Mariner High School, this is our biggest rivals. I want you to go out there, and I want you to absolutely stomp them into the ground. I want you to kick them, I want to see blood, I want you to slide tackle them. I want absolutely no grace, no mercy. Now everybody take a knee, let's pray. Where are you coming from, coach? Shoot. How do you, and not just that, but I felt like adults were messing with me a little bit with advice, or just in general. I had a dentist say to me once, Peter, if you brush your teeth side to side, your teeth will get crooked. So you have to brush up and down. And I was like, oh, okay. Then sometimes if I would get good grades, my grandma, she'd be like, oh, we're gonna have pizza. I'm like, oh, great. But she would mess with me, so she would get the pizza uncut. So we'd eat it like this. And pass it like it was a bus steering wheel. My mom, one time, she messed with me. She goes, Peter, here, have some orange juice. And she poured me an IPA. And I was like, cool. I was working for this news network in my home. And one of the guys I worked with, he goes, he was in his 50s. I was, in my 20s. And he goes, Peter, what are you doing this weekend? I go, I'm going to go to a couple parties, hang out. He goes, oh, it's too bad. When you're free, you should come over and help me move my furniture. What does that mean? I've lived in the same apartment for 5 years. I don't move my furniture to clean. Pretty sure that guy was trying to fuck me. Crazy. You never know where you can get advice either. Growing up, I would oftentimes do homework at my mom's job, and she worked at a restaurant called Mugs and Jugs. In Florida, there are either franchise restaurants or restaurants that are trying to be like franchise restaurants. And Mugs and Jugs was called Mugs and Jugs because Hooters was already taken. The two names that they passed on were Bits and Tits and the motorboat sound. And so, anyhow, my mom's friend, she comes up to me, and she sees me doing my homework. I must have been 13, 14 at the time. And at this point, there were boy-girl sleepovers happening. There were, kids doing drugs, smoking weed, drinking, all that stuff. I was not involved, unfortunately. I guess I got cooler later. We'll see. But then she comes over to me and she goes, hey, Peter, you have a girlfriend? I go, no girlfriend. She goes, well, you know what? When you get older, you're gonna want to know how to eat pussy. And I go, by the way, if no one's taught you, you don't know how to do it. So she comes up to me and she's like, oh, well, I'll give you some tips. Number one, if you ever bring a girl home, what you want to do is squirt a little bit of lemon juice on her pussy. Yeah. And I go, oh, why? She goes, because if it stings, that means she has STDs. This woman was a Florida doctor, pretty much. So then I go, well, what if it doesn't sting? Then she thinks for a second, and I'm not sure if she's messing with me or giving me good advice. She thinks for a second, she's like, well, get some salt and pepper, lemon pepper pussy right there. And guys, pussy doesn't need any dressing, right? It's like an oyster, just shuck it, slap it, slurp it. That's what you gotta do. That's it. Woo! Yeah. Shuck it! And she's like, okay, well, when you're past that part, then what you want to do is make sure that you are both completely naked, except you're wearing Timberland boots. For traction. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. She goes, you're both naked, you're wearing Timberland boots, get her to the edge of the bed, both of her legs are hanging off, and then you crouch down and boom, load up both shoulders with leg. And then you're gonna wanna give her an experience she's never felt or seen in her entire life. You wanna yell as loud as you can into that pussy. Like your life depends on it. But you wanna tell her, you wanna make her feel special. So, you gotta say some nice things like, this is the best one of these I've ever seen! The pH balance down here is perfect! And then you want to get closer, you want to relate to her, so you want to whisper some secrets into the pussy. You go, I've never seen The Godfather. And the worse the secret, the more little kisses you give afterwards. In 2016, I voted for Jill Stein. I own 40 pairs of sneakers, but not one hairbrush. Weirdly, yeah, this is it. Weirdly enough, the best advice I ever got in Florida, the best advice I ever got, was from my dad. He said, Peter, be confident. No matter what you do, be confident. Always be confident. Then he left my family confidently. It was like we were in an escape room and he solved all the clues by himself. Then he locked the door and my mom was like, that's confidence. And that's a weird, I think that's real and I think confidence is important. But it's kind of lazy advice, right? Like, how do you work on confidence necessarily? It's not like a tangible thing, or it's not like a skill or something you can necessarily practice, but you can identify it easily. Like, if somebody has not enough confidence or too much confidence, sometimes confidence can be like salt. It's like if you don't have any, you're bland. But if you have too much, you're gross. like Salt Bae. He's the grossest, greasiest, most confident guy in the world. Florida's a crazy place, man. It's wild there. Oh, I just thought of Miss Sandberg real quick. It's crazy, and then, you have this confidence, and you think to yourself, all right, well, I've got to go out there, I've got to teach myself some stuff. And I did exactly that. I taught myself how to spell through rap songs. B-A-N-A-N-A-S, bananas. Thank you, Gwen Stefani. There was a rapper in the early 2000s named Fabulous, and he would spell his name in rap songs. He would go, it's the F-A-B-O-L-O-U-S. Turns out that's not how you spell fabulous. Turns out rappers can spell their name however they want, which I think is ludicrous. L-U-D-A-C-R-I-S. Then I found out about British artists. British artists taught me math, right? The Beatles had this great song, Come Together goes 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Thanks, Paul. The Spice Girls have this iconic song. It goes, tonight is the night when two become one. Sexy math. I don't know what kind of math that is, but I'm paying attention. The great David Bowie has a song. It goes like this. It starts off like this. I'm an alligator. I'm a mama papa coming for you. And that's not math, but coming from Florida, that makes more sense to me than anything I've ever heard in my life. Right? Then, as far as motivators, is guidance counselors, people that I look up to, Pitbull. Dude, clap if you've been to a Pitbull concert. Yeah, right? Some geniuses are in the crowd. Dude, you go to a Pitbull concert, you are pumped up. It's like a TED Talk on steroids in an NFL locker room. In between songs, he's like, hey, if anyone's in school, don't let school use you. You use school. Dale. Oh, whoa. He's like, if you got a big dream, shoot for the stars, but if you don't land among the stars, land on top of the world, but not on top of me because I'm on top of the world. Sit next to me because I'm next to you. Dale! Whoa! Woo! People always ask me, Peter, what's the craziest Florida story you have? What's the craziest Florida story you have? And I have a few stories, but the place where the craziest stuff happens is Tampa. And Tampa is like a state of mind. Like focusing on confidence or Toyotathon. It's a state of mind. And in Tampa, you know, the main attraction in Tampa is Mons Venus. Mons Venus is a strip club that lets you touch the girls. Yeah, that's the best part. And the worst part is they let you touch the girls. And every February, there is an event in Tampa, in this port city, called Gasparilla. And if you love Mardi Gras, but you hate all the religious connotations, you're gonna love Gasparilla. Because Gasparilla is Mardi Gras, but pirates. I think pirates' only religion is just the sea, man. Me and my friends would go. We would go every single year. It would be me, Matt, JJ, and Dirty. All of them had nicknames. JJ, James Jr. Matt is like Matt, like the floor. M-A-T. And then Dirty got his nickname because he grew up on a farm, and when he would get bored, he would pick up dry cow poop and throw it at people. And I was like, that's dirty. And kids were like, that's dirty. That's how you get nicknames, sorry. But yeah, we would get drunk, go crazy there all the time. In Tampa, years later, before I moved here, I went to Tampa one last time. It was May 1st, 2011. May 1st, 2011. Buddy of mine used to be an amateur professional wrestler. Right? Yeah. Woo! Exactly. And he goes, hey, there's a WWE pay-per-view tonight. Down in Tampa, do you want to go? I go, yeah, absolutely. We were in Orlando at the time, drive down, I go, give me the details as we're getting there. So we get there, and it's Extreme Rules, right? It's in this Tampa arena, 10,000 people, absolutely insane. We're one of like the first 30 people in the arena, right? We go in, and it was Extreme Rules, which means this night was filled with like ladder matches, table matches, like whipping matches, you know, steel cage matches, nothing I hadn't already seen in a Walmart parking lot. And so we get in there, first thing we do, we find our seats, and immediately I hear someone yell, woo! Like Ric Flair. Woo! And they love it. Oh, dude, now woos are bouncing all over the place. It was electric. There was only 60 people in there. By the way, Ric Flair is still alive. He outlasted Richard Simmons and Jimmy Buffett. One of them just chilled, you know, on the beach with a cheeseburger, sorry. And I know there's some parrot heads here ready to correct me. And the other guy was like a fitness, you know, instructor. But Ric Flair, his signature phrase was woo, and his signature move was just a backhanded slap. And he would wrestle Andre the Giant every night and then drink 30 beers. He would do that 380 nights a year. He got those extra nights because of time zones. Now, and so people are in there, they're juiced up. Woo, we're in Tampa, this is insane, this is crazy. And we see everybody, you know, this is May 1st, 2011. And we see Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, The Miz, you know, JR and Jerry the King Lawler, everyone's wrestling, right? It's amazing, pay-per-view. Then in the final match, John Cena wins the WWE Championship. Insane, everyone's going crazy, this is amazing. You know, one of the most decorated athletes of all time. Watch it. His music plays and he goes back, and I was like, oh my God, this was an incredible night. Amazing Tampa night. Then his music starts playing again. What's gonna happen? Is he gonna come out and like break dance or rhyme or something? He's gonna do something crazy. Comes out. And I will never forget this, but I'm paraphrasing, so I kind of forgot a little bit of it. He comes out, gets on the announcer's table, and he yells, ladies and gentlemen, every night I come out here and I practice hustle, loyalty, and respect. And I've just learned that we have compromised to a permanent end. Osama bin Laden. What? He dropped the Osama bin Laden news! At a WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view in Tampa! like I was inside of a firework. It was so loud. People are screaming. People are calling their mothers. Sons are making up with their fathers. Woo! It was insane. It was just nuts. And oh man, I would love if John Cena delivered all the news like that. Like, even if he was on the Weather Channel, he'd be like, every day I practice hustle, loyalty, and respect. But I've learned that we have compromised to a permanent end. Summer, it's pumpkin spice season. I would love if he did that. So then that happens, and I'm thinking, whew, how much more Florida can I get? So I call up my grandma a couple weeks later, and I go, Grandma, I think it's time. I think I'm gonna be moving to Los Angeles. And her response was, it's about time. So I love that. How sweet is that, right? So I go out to LA, start taking comedy a little more seriously. In a year, I qualify for this New York Comedy Festival. It was a lot of fun. I decided to go to New York, yeah. And then I thought, okay, well, I've never met my dad. So maybe he's around. So I talked to my mom, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm gonna be in New York for a couple weeks. You think I should get together with my dad? And she goes, nope. But she gives me the number to his cousin, which is her friend Gladys, and Gladys connects me with my dad. Call him. And then I call him on a Thursday, and I go, hey, he picks up. I go, hey, it's Peter. And he goes, what? And I go, hey, it's Peter. This is Christine's son. And he goes, who? I go, ooh, Christine Murphy of Mugs and Jugs. Connect the dots. And then he goes, oh, Chrissy. And when you hear your mom's hoe name, it's just different. It's like, Because my mom is Christine. Tough chick, right? With shoes on, she's 6'1". She's got a spiky mullet, up top, and then down back, sick flow. You'd be impressed. You could ride a water slide down that thing, So that's Christine. She's always been tough, doesn't take any BS. But Chrissy's dancing on top of the bar. Doing body shots, taking body shots, any kind of shots. And so I'm like, yes, Chrissy. And he goes, oh, okay. What were you thinking? I was like, well, I'd like to meet you. I'm in New York. Are you free this Saturday? I can take the train up to where you live, and we can meet at 3 o'clock. He goes, that's great, no problem. I'll see you on Saturday. And I go, okay, great. And before he hangs up, he goes, hey, do you want anything? And it wasn't a, hey, I'm just stopping to the store real quick. Do you want anything? It was more of a, what kind of weapon should I bring with me? Kind of, do you want anything? And I just said, hey, don't want anything, just wanted to meet you. Would love to meet you. He goes, okay, no problem. And to this point, the only time I'd ever talked to my dad was strangely the day I graduated high school. My grandparents tracked him down, and he called me on my way to my graduation. And he goes, Peter, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you for graduating high school. I was like, wow, this is crazy, because most kids grow up with their dad, and they never hear I'm proud of you. It was kind of like I was in an elevator. He came in, sprayed a bunch of cologne, then left, and I was like, ugh. I guess this is kind of nice. So I hang up the phone, and 48 hours is all I had. I had 48 hours to decide what type of dad I was going to have. I was going to learn what type of dad I had, right? Because there's all types of dads, Dads are like action figures. There's plenty of dads. There's throw money at a dad, Like, you got a DUI, here's $10,000. You got into college, here's $100,000. would have been cheaper if you got the DUI. You stay here with me, right? Then there's divorce dad, and this is divorce dad's catchphrase right here. You're driving in the car, you're in the back seat, because you hate him. He's like, hey, pretty cool how close dad lives to McDonald's now, huh? Then there's all types of dads, man. There's all types of dads. There's random trivia dad. I don't know, some of you might have a random trivia dad. He's back in the car. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, turns up the radio. Dads are the only people still listening to the radio. So, hey, can anyone tell me what song this is? Who sings this? Oh, close. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Almost. I don't know if you knew this, but Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, they influenced a young guitar player by the name of Dave Matthews. And Dave Matthews went on to have his own band, the Dave Matthews Band. And the Dave Matthews Band, on August 8th, 2004, poured an entire bus worth of poop in the Chicago River onto tourists. All right, who's mad at me? Shaq, Dave Matthews, my dad. There's all types of dads. Growing up, my friend Blake has his dad. Tell me who you think this is. Blake's dad, we were hanging out at Blake's place. It was me, my buddy Joe, my buddy Jordan, Blake, and Blake's dad. Blake's dad was like, I don't want these kids here. So we go out to a Mexican restaurant. He pays for dinner. He looks over at Joey. He goes, Joey, how's your meal? And he goes, oh, it's great. And Blake's dad goes, yeah, everything's good when it's free. Oh my God! What kind of dad is that? Might get that dad. Then there's documentary dad. Oh, documentary dad. He's always showing you every photo he took at the Hollywood Bowl. Look at this one, look at this one, look at this one. And he's also like got a camera. He's like, oh, hold that up. You know, oh, you hit a home run. Oh, did I miss it? It's like, oh, you had a great recital. Oh, did I miss it? You're losing your virginity. He busts in. He's like, did I miss it? He's holding the camera. And then he hands the girl $300 because documentary dad is also throw money at it dad. Sometimes you need a professional to get the job done. So anyhow, I meet my dad. I get there at 3 o'clock when the train arrives at 3 o'clock. He shows up at 4 o'clock. All right. Bummer. It's a little late, but he shows up in what I can only describe as a white Puerto Rican construction truck. And it's all those things because it's white, it's dusty as hell, and there's Puerto Rican flags on every window. And then weirdly, like a bunch of plush animals. I'm like stuffed animals. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So someone hops out of the passenger side. That's the weapon he decided to bring with him. His best friend, like a 300-pound dude. And I'm like, all right, that's not my dad. Driver's side, door opens. This guy starts walking towards me. I knew it was my dad immediately, right? Same exact features. We have the same hands. We have the same ears. We have the same feet. He was barefoot for some reason. He walks towards me and he's like, I was like, hey, nice to meet you. And I wasn't sure if we were gonna hug or shake hands or whatever. Did a handshake. And then drove me around. He works in construction. He's like, hey, I built that building. That's where I met your mom when I was operating an underground bar. That's illegal. And that's where I got my DUI. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, great. Then we sit down, and I go, hey, you know, I'm an only child, kind of. I'm the only child of my dad's to grow up not knowing my dad, right? My dad says to me, I've got 6 kids from 12 women. He's not good at math, but he can multiply. And I was named after my grandfather. I am Peter Francis Murphy IV. He was Peter Francis Murphy III. And I go, you know, I'm thinking, you know, my dad was probably busy the day I was born. Wasn't there. So I said, hey, what would you have named me if you had the option to name me. He thinks about it. And his name, full name, Sifredo Rivera. His name is Sifredo Rivera. Look him up. I'd love to hear from him, honestly. But because he's got so many kids, in town he goes by the name Papo. They call him Papo. Everyone calls him Papo. So I'm sitting there, my dad, his 300-pound bodyguard, and we're having beers. And you know, if you were looking at this scene from the window and not listening what was happening, it looks kind of fun, right? Kind of neat. Son having beer with his dad. And this big guy there. So what would you have named me? He thinks about it, and he goes, oh, I would have named you Papo. Real name Papo. Birth certificate Papo. No! What? So anyhow, finish those beers, we would start walking around the park, and you know, everyone, it's like he had planned this day, and everyone sort of comes up to him. He's like, oh yeah, hey, who's this? Oh, your son? Oh, how great. And it was very performative. We meet everyone in this park that, you know, he wanted to be there. And I decided, I was like, okay, what type of dad is he? Turned out to be just a guy that I could decide whether or not I wanted to have him in my life. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Glad I did this, but I'm never gonna talk to this dude again. So he walks me back to the train. A couple hours had passed, and I'm like, all right, cool. Gonna get back into the city, whatever. And then he goes, hey, well, you know, be safe. And he gives me $50. I'm like, fuck, cash. Fuck, right? Because now I have this $50. And if I buy something with it, it's like if I put it in my bank account, it's like a teaspoon of oil in like a water supply. It's like, my dad gave me that. If I buy a t-shirt, I'm like, this is my dad's Britney Spears t-shirt or something. I was like, this 50s burn a hole in my pocket. So that summer, millennials were really popular. And Frances Ha was in theaters. Peak millennial culture. Love Greta Gerwig. So the girl I was seeing at the time in Brooklyn, I was like, hey, let's go out. Went to this great movie theater, and I was like, I gotta spend this money and forget about it. Forget about the fact that he gave me this money. Forget about that I, you know, found out this dude, you know, wasn't anything I wanted him to be, because I didn't have any expectations, but I was just like, you know, all the parts of myself that I don't really love came out in him. He was really frustrated. He said he had a short temper. He said mean things about my family. I just didn't love that. So I wanted to spend the money. And then it turned out that I fucking love Frances Ha. And I love Greta Gerwig. So thanks, Dad. Great. I decided to keep growing up because I didn't have a choice. And I realized, you know, get back to LA, I realized that, you know, growing up, when you decide to become an adult, or you start to act like an adult, you start to ask for things and accept things. Being an adult means you're asking for things and you're accepting things, right? Like, if you invite me over to your place later, and you say, Peter, do you want anything? I'm gonna ask you for an Arnold Palmer. It's 3 ingredients. Lemonade, iced tea, and ice. If you don't have those things, you're not ready for guests. Ask for things and accept things. If after the show you come up to me and you say, Peter, hey, why don't you drink this, snort this, bring this home and raise it, I'll do it. So I have 5 dogs at home named Lucky. L-U-C-K-Y, L-U-C-K-I-E, L-U-C-K-I-I, L-U-C-K-I-E umlaut, and L-U-C-K-Y-Y-Y. Very excited. Yeah, you gotta ask for things and accept things. Like, you know, if I'm going to a cold place, I'm gonna ask to borrow your heavy coat. And if it's a place that's really cold, like Greenland, I'm gonna ask to borrow your gloves. Because remember, Greenland has ice, but Iceland is very nice. What movie is that from? Mighty Ducks 2, that's right, wow. Good job. Trivia dad in the house, thank you. Some random trivia dads have been doing their work. Yeah, and you know what, if I'm traveling someplace, I'm gonna ask you to drive me to the airport. What? Yeah, worst thing you can say is no, and people love saying no. So I'm giving you the opportunity to say your favorite thing, no. Every year I ask. Santa Claus for a purple Plymouth Prowler. Every year. And every year he gives me a naughty no. Because I'm on the naughty list, but also he's coy with me. You know? If you know Santa, you know how he can get. There's kids watching. Ask for things and accept things. I have accepted I will never become a professional athlete. So let's stop pretending we're in the NBA, Brian, with a Y, when I'm at the park playing basketball. I just want to break a sweat, not get elbowed and embarrassed in front of middle schoolers. Ask for things and accept things. I ask myself all the time when I close my door to my apartment, I go, what if my apartment was just beanbag chairs? Right? Wouldn't that be sick? That'd be so sick. Tons of beanbag chairs, just like one for sleeping, one for watching TV, one for dinner. One's not even a beanbag chair, it's just a big plastic bag filled with plastic shopping bags. And then next to that one is a toilet beanbag chair. Now listen. I know we've all enjoyed the squatty potty, but listen up, sharks. How you could be so comfortable in a toilet beanbag chair. Move your beans while you're moving your beans. And I'm only asking for $2 million for 100% of the company. I'm an ideas guy, you run with it. You just run with it, you have that one. You ask for things and accept things. That's what it is to grow up. And guilt-free, no guilty pleasures. Enjoy what you enjoy. But guys, if you enjoy talking, you gotta understand that sometimes your mouth can talk you out of a good time. Sometimes your mouth can talk you out of a good time. I've been lucky enough to do stand-up here in Los Angeles for a while now, and there's always an interesting story. And I'll tell you what, one time I was performing up in Burbank and at a comedy club there, and a bunch of my friends were like, hey, we're gonna go to this other comedy club on Sunset Strip in West Hollywood, neon lights, all that stuff on the patio. I go, all right, cool. Which is a bad idea, because if you're the comedian at this club, don't go across the street. Because you're just some other guy. It's like, oh, do you perform comedy here? No, I do this other place a couple of times, you know? It's like low-key, I don't know if you know about it, but it's more indie actually. So stay at the venue you're performing at, right? So then we go to this other venue, on the patio, having fun, having drinks. I go over, it's my turn to buy drinks for my friends. Great, walk up, and there's a girl in front of me with a polka dot dress. And she was really skinny, so she looked like this. And I go up to her, and I didn't do that, I didn't grab her. But I just go up to her and I just like stand behind her, and I don't say anything, it's a pretty long line. And after a while, she turns around, she goes, well? I go, hey, I'm Peter, what's up? And this is where I will use a fake name. What is your name? Alexa, we'll use Alexa. Alexa will be in this story. Okay. So she goes, hey, I'm Alexa. And I go, oh, cool, great. And then there's like this friction. I'm like, should I be flirting with her? What should be happening? Blah, blah, blah. And she immediately goes, hey, I'm visiting from San Francisco. My girlfriend lives up there. I'm like, oh, awesome. You've got a girlfriend? Pressure is off. We can just be cool. We can just be friends. We don't have to pretend like we have to flirt or anything like that. And she shows me a picture of her girlfriend on her phone. I go, oh, awesome. I go, what are you in town for? And she goes, I sell medical equipment to hospitals. I go, oh, awesome. She was telling me about this new thing that she has. It's like, it shaves body hair faster on areas that are about to be operated on. And I go, I better not fall asleep next to this woman. It was kind of like the vacuum in Wayne's World that like Garth gets his hair stuck to. Picture that. That's what I imagine. Yeah, exactly. Just suck it. So then we get up to the front of the line. And she's like, oh well, I'll buy a round of drinks. She's by herself for you and your friends. I go, oh, that's so nice. Then she takes like $80 out of her bra, and these were 80s in like 5s and 10s. And I was like, okay, cool. And she goes, oh, one thing I do when I go out as like a hobby is if creepy guys are hitting on me, I ask to see their wallet and then I take all their cash. Isn't that awesome? That's kind of sick. That's kind of cool, right? Like, oh, okay, shoot, all right. Pays for the round. We're hanging out, drinking, and then the patio's closing or whatever, but it's only about midnight, and she goes, hey, you want to go somewhere else? I go, yeah. All right. So we go to this other club that's kind of low-key, kind of chill. Little indie, I kind of perform there or whatever. So it's midnight. A buddy of mine's working the door. His name's Danny. She goes up to him. She goes, oh, wow, you're so handsome. And now we call him Handsome Danny. Not all nicknames are bad. So I get in, and I've maybe said like 10 words to this girl, great talker, and chatting with my friends. I'm not really saying anything. Then get a chance to perform, do 5 minutes of time, and I go, how'd you like that? She goes, great job. And then we started taking drinks at the bar, and she goes, hey, do you want to come back to the airport Burbank Marriott? And I go, yeah. Mm-hmm. So then she's in a rented Lexus, is in a rented convertible Mustang, and we are driving up Laurel Canyon. We're going so fast I don't even look at the speedometer. I'm just gripping the steering, not the steering wheel. I'm gripping my my seatbelt, and then I'm like, oh, are you paying attention? I better grip the steering wheel. So we get to her hotel room, and we got a bunch of snacks up there, and I open up the door, and there was bottles of white wine everywhere. And did I mention she was white? There's bottles of white wine everywhere and macaroni and cheese. And I go, okay, cool. Then she breaks out this blue Adderall, and she starts crushing it up. And I go, oh, all right. So she's crushing it up on this table, and she's drawing lines with it with her ID. And I look at her ID, and I go, damn, she's 23. Little young, but she threw me off because she has a good job. She's young, but she had a good job. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then she breaks out a tampon, and I go, what? But I'm only thinking this. I'm not gonna have my mouth talk me out of this good time. There's blue Avatar Adderall on the table. You think I'm talking myself out of this? No. Cracks open the tampon, breaks it in half. There's a little tube in there, and she starts snorting the Adderall through this tampon tube. She gestures to me with the tube, and I go, yeah. So then we drink up one of her bottles of wine. It must be like, 3:30 in the morning at this point. And then she comes really close to me, and she goes, do you want to make out? And I go, yeah. So we start hooking up, and we do everything, dude. Everything. 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 We finish at 6:30. Then she sets her alarm for 7 a.m. Dude! And I'm like, all right. 7 a.m. hits. She has to be at the hospital by 7:30. I'm like, oh my God, to prep, because at 8 a.m. she's like watching a surgery or something like that. I'm like, oh my God. So immediately we wake up at 7 o'clock when the alarm goes off, and I hop into like I remember she's 23, and I'm like, I have to be the responsible one here. Clean up your clothes. Here are your scrubs. I'm gonna lay your clothes out for you. Here, clean this up, do this. So she gets out. She's on her way, makes it there in time, and she goes, hey, thanks for a great night. And I go, oh my God, this is a crazy summer. Like, what? That's enough for a whole summer. This was in one night. So I'm trying to come to the conclusion of like, what the hell happened, or how did that happen? And then a couple hours later, she goes, she texts me, I missed the surgery, and I missed my flight out of Burbank. What are you doing today? I'm gonna rent a cabana on a hotel rooftop. Do you wanna join me? And I go, yeah. Keep the story going. I'm driving there, in the middle of Hollywood. I'm like, there's blue boogers coming out of my nose. I'm not sure if I'm growing a tail, what the hell is happening, but I got a bathing suit on. We're on the rooftop, and we're making out. There's a guy in a bucket hat and a fedora, two guys staring at us, and I'm like, this is weird, is this part of it? She whispers to me, she goes, you know, what we did last night, I usually charge $1,300 for. So not only is she a San Francisco lesbian who cheats on her partner and sells medical equipment to hospitals and steals cash from old guys, she's also a sex worker. Here's the crazy thing. I think I love her. So then, man, I could not wait to tell my group chat about that. Holy crap. Dude, I love the group chat. Oh, clap if you're in a group chat right now. Yeah. Look at all those losers not clapping. Right? Love a group chat, right? There's 3 types of group chats that I'm a part of, right? Family group chat, the work group chat, and the friend group chat, right? The work group chat is for things you hate, right? Hate the printer, hate Brian with a Y. He's from St. Louis. He came in and cut the bagels weird one time. We don't like him. We hate that corner of the office that smells like piss. The family group chat is about new things, right? Right? Like new plants, new babies, new hips. And like when a family member is like, hey, I'm actually moving into a house. There's like a side group chat with your cousins. You're like, how can they afford a house? And even in the work group chat, if someone's like, oh, I'm out of the office. Next week I'm moving into a house. Like, there's a side group chat that's like, how can they afford a house? Who can afford a house? But the family group chat, mine's a little weird. It's me, my grandma, and my mom. And that's how I check up on them sometimes. I call my grandma every Monday and Tuesday. But I check up on them, just see what they want to text. And I go, hey, what's new? And my grandma's like, nothing's new. I'm like, oh, come on, did you do anything interesting recently? And she texts me back, she goes, actually, your mother was robbed at a Walmart parking lot. I was like, oh, okay, what? That's not group chat, call me, right? So I call her immediately, she doesn't pick up. I call her again, she doesn't pick up. She called me 30 minutes later when Wheel of Fortune was over. And she goes, don't worry about it. This is what happened. My mom was buying groceries at Walmart, and she was getting back to her RAV4, not to brag. She was putting her groceries in her car, and then she went to look for her keys, and a guy behind her goes, give me all your money. And he had a gun. Then there was a guy behind him who was an off-duty cop. Yeah, and he goes, I don't think so. So my mom, groceries in her RAV4, not to brag. Behind her is a guy trying to rob her, goes, give me all your money. Behind him, a guy that's an off-duty cop goes, I don't think so. Behind him was a Walmart greeter. He goes, welcome to Walmart, this happens all the time. Then there's the friend group chat. Dude, the friend group chat, I don't even use Google anymore, I'm just asking my friends. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, guys, does Sydney Sweeney have a new movie coming out? Are there any good sports bars in Hollywood? Like, does Sydney Sweeney have a good photo shoot coming out? What's the best way to cook cauliflower? And does Sydney Sweeney have her own popcorn bucket, or... Right? We ask ourselves all sorts of crazy questions in the group chat. All crazy stuff, like would you have sex with Shrek? Right? And my group chat, my friend group chat, it's all straight guys, not to brag. And we started chatting, we're like, would you have sex with Shrek? Like human Shrek, or like Shrek, green Shrek, or like human Shrek, right? And we're like, let me back up. I'm straight, but I'm like Los Angeles straight. You know? Like you've got a friend that's like California sober, right? They don't drink, but you know, they do mushrooms, smoke weed, snort acid. Like I'm LA straight, like I'll suck one dick a year. Just to see how it tastes. Too salty. Tastes too much like Old Bay, yeah. I'm LA straight, yeah, I'll suck one dick a year. I've got more than 3 stuffed animals and I like baths. Sue me! So would I have sex with Shrek? Yeah. Because regular Shrek is regular Shrek. But human Shrek kind of looks like 2024 Zac Efron. Ask your group chat. But he's got those big hands, you know? That could crush me, but he doesn't. The one person that no guy wants to see the group chat is their girlfriend. Oh, 100%. A lot of tightened buttholes right now. Driving home, baby, why don't you show me what are you and the guys talking about? Nothing. Throws the phone out the window. Nothing, we don't even talk like that. I had a girlfriend once, not to brag. I had a girlfriend, and I had a love that was so fiery, so passionate, and so complicated, and it felt like there wasn't enough room in the spotlight for both of us. And I had no problem taking turns. But it was difficult to manage, and we did a poor job managing it. It got to the point where I said, babe, what if I just like gave up on what I'm doing and I just became like the manager of an Outback Steakhouse? Now, some of you are laughing because you think being the manager of an Outback Steakhouse is easy. And some of you are laughing because you know being a manager at an Outback Steakhouse is hard. Oh, do you know how to cut a bloomin' onion without crying? You're not even using the right knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I said, what if I become a manager of an Outback Steakhouse? And she said, babe, you're not even Australian. I said, I love you. You know. But in every relationship, there's roles. In every relationship, there's a role, right? You play a role, she plays a role. If there's a third person, there's definitely some role playing happening. And I realized my role in the relationship was complicated. Her role in the relationship was complicated. Her role in the relationship was to be honest and always have the definitive vote on what we ate for dinner. And my role in the relationship was to point at dogs so she could react to them. She'd be like, oh my God, look at that stinky boy. Ah! Like she would do like this like polite, quiet scream that girls do. I don't know what it is, but she's like, ah. I'd be like, babe, look in the passenger side window of that car. She'd be like, ah, he's gonna fall out. We would see a dog with a vest on. She'd be like, oh my God, he has a job. Then look at me pointedly like I don't work really hard on stage for sometimes an hour. But what was funny is everyone has like a dog voice. Clap if you own a dog. Yeah. Who saved who? Yeah, exactly. But everyone has like a dog voice, and I have a dog voice, and mine is like really, really quiet and like inviting, and like, you know, I don't want to scare the little guy. So I'm like, hey bud, how's it going? You doing okay? How's, hey? And I don't make eye contact, don't want to intimidate him or, start a fight. So I'm like, hey, bud, yeah. But her dog voice was like a landlord talking to a tenant looking for money. She'd be like, hey, I see you there. What are you eating? Nah, give me my money! Oh! She was so beautiful, and I wanted to get in shape too. And I realized, I was like, I gotta catch up here. And I realized I needed to get into shape because we went ziplining, and I saw myself in a zipline harness. There's nowhere to hide in a zipline harness. With that thing on, I looked like a child's dinner tray just filled with mashed potatoes. Just all different shapes of fat. So I started to go to the gym. I started to do everything. I started to work out everything. I started to do everything. I did chest, arms, Kegels, everything. And I realized that sometimes the parts of your body that women love are not the types of parts of your body that you think they're gonna love, right? I'd be working on my arms, do beach muscles, that sort of thing. And I would go over to her place and she'd be like, oh my God, babe, I love that little bit of fat on your side right here. She would come up and like nibble it like Mrs. Pac-Man, like, be like, oh, yeah, cool, I love that. Then she'd be like, babe, you have the biggest ears. I'm like, oh, thanks. Are you bullying me? Thanks, babe. Yeah, great. One thing we did agree on is I have great calves. Eyes up here. That's right. Yeah, they're great. Thank you very much. I named them Drake and Josh. One's a little heavy and one has been molested. And I wore my compression socks tonight, so they're pushed up. Don't worry, yeah. I'll squeeze them together and you can just motorboat me or paddle flip me if you want. I would do anything to impress this girl. We were out in Silver Lake at a Silver Lake flea market, not to brag. She was like, hey, you should try on this jacket. I tried it on. Nice jacket, vintage from the 70s. Made me look skinny when it was not buttoned. You know the type. I was like, oh, great. Look at the jacket, $70. Oh, it's kind of expensive, but she likes it. She thinks I look good in it. Awesome. So I buy it. And it smelled like the 70s. It smelled bad. It smelled like I could only describe the smell as grandpa cough. Like filtered coffee, unfiltered cigarettes, and like a lot of secretaries. I don't know. And so I was like, okay, bought this expensive jacket. I'm in $70. I'm gonna get it dry clean, because it was dry clean only. All right, 30 more bucks, get it back. Still smells. I know. The next week we went to a Mexican restaurant and I ordered fajitas and I just go over it. Still smells, but not a single crease. Not a single crease. Steamed all the creases out of that. Then if like someone was, smoking weed and I was down, I'd be like a kite. I'd be like, hey, give me. No luck. I even dyed it in orange juice. Like I got skunked. Still smells. It smells like, like the 70s, man. Like, union jobs, factories, good economy. Kind of like what I imagine China smells like right now. All right, who hates me? China? Shaq? Yeah, great. But yeah, being in a relationship's a job. It's a job. It's a job you gotta show up to every day. Whether you like it or not, some days are good, some days are bad. You gotta show up like it's a job. And take it on. Some days the job's good, some days the job is difficult. But you get the work done. The job that I think I would be great at is ravioli counter for frozen meals. Right? There's gotta be a guy there that's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But not me. I'm putting 7 raviolis in there. Like, imagine, oh my God, imagine it. You are an Uber driver, and you've been working all day from Burbank to LAX back to Burbank, took you 12 hours. Come home, you got a ravioli meal right there, and you're like, you put it in the microwave, open it up, steam, maybe get a little on your shirt. Then you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How excited would you be? 7 raviolis. I get fired from big ravioli. That'd be a cool job. My favorite job is being a comedian. I love this job right here. Unless you're looking for like a travel host, then Peter Rivera Murphy. Or if you need like a food host, Peter Rivera Murphy. Or, if you need a host for a Mexican family game show, I'll shave, have 6 kids, call me Papo. All right, that's enough out of me. My name's Peter Murphy. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed. I hope I get to do this again. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
What is funny about Peter to you?
Well, he's from Florida. That's pretty funny.
When someone's smashing, they're kind of waiting for each other and they're like giving eye contact, they're like, okay, do you leave first or do I leave first? And then she left first and I went up and I went, like smashing? And he went, you first, you first. How did you know?
His hair, just like his hair. And it's not jealousy at all. It's just, I don't like it.
Well, I had sex with Peter. And he didn't kill me, so I'm actually here kind of hoping for some sort of...
Hey, I had sex with Peter.
Not at the same... Not...
Was it in Malibu?
Yeah, it was in